Hi all, welcome to the new episode of Tech Insert. We are going to make an 8-channel radio frequency controlled remote switch. With the help of this circuit, you can independently control 8 electrical devices using a single remote control. This is RF transmitter and receiver module, which is working in 433 MHz. Whatever digital data we are giving into the transmitter will be transmitted and received by the receiver module. This module is using ASK or amplitude shift keying technique. ASK is a type of amplitude modulation which represents the binary data in the form of variation in the amplitude of the signal. Since this is using amplitude modulation, the range of this module is high. This module will work in 3.3 to 5 volt. With the help of this module, the transmission of data became very simple. Implementation this in any circuit is also very simple. We don't need to worry about the complications of modulation and demodulation. Everything will be taken care by this module. This is encoder IC HT12E. This is an 18-pin IC and this is its counterpart IC, that is decoder IC HT12D. This is also an 18-pin IC. Both are 4-bit data IC and also 8-bit address bits are available. We are using encoder IC in transmitter part and decoder IC in receiver part. This is 74138, which is a 3-line to 8-line decoder. This IC we will use in the receiver section. The IC has enable pin and with the help of that pin we can cascade one more decoder and switch 16 devices. This is 74148, which is an 8-line to 3-line encoder. We are using this IC in the transmitter section. I have created a video on these two ICs in action as a short video. I will give the link in the description box for your reference. This is an 8-pin DIP switch which is used for fixing the address of the HT12E encoder and HT12D decoder. In my earlier RF videos, we used fixed address for HT12E encoder and HT12D decoder. But here we can fix any number as address. By sliding each switch, we can change the address of encoder and decoder. Since it has 8 switch, we can create 2 raised to 8, which is 256 valid addresses for decoder and encoder. Please watch the video completely because I will be explaining a lot of things while assembling. All ICs and modules which are used in these circuits are working on 5 volt only. So please be alert while powering this circuit. We will first assemble the transmitter section and later we will assemble the receiver section. I prefer to use a common PCB for assembling the components than soldering it directly to the component leads. But for newbies in electronics, I am doing this for you. For experienced peoples, I have added the circuit diagram at the end of this video. I have added 3 circuit diagrams in this video: a transmitter circuit, a receiver circuit and a switching circuit. When you are looking into the circuits without thinking, it seems complicated, but when you are again looking into the circuit, you realize that it was very simple and contains a very few components thanks to the transmitting module, receiver module, decoder IC and encoder IC. You might be wondering why we use DIP or DIP switch for fixing address. I will tell you on that. You made this circuit and is working fine. Now your neighbor also made this. What will happen? Whenever your neighbor press the switch in his remote, neighbor's light will switch on. Your light will also switch on because the receiver is using the same RF frequency and address is same. Suppose your another neighbor also made this circuit. Now you press the switch, your light as well as your neighbor's light or motor or air conditioner etc. will switch on and off. In order to avoid that, we use address bits. They will be using different addresses, so your circuit will work perfectly and will work on your command only. We are fixing the address for a whole remote and receiver, so all 8 switches will use the same address and works perfectly. The RF modules we will not solder directly to its pins. Instead of that, we will use this PCB female socket connector and will insert it. This is for the safety of the module. Also, if you want to replace this with a higher frequency module, then we can do it easily without doing any soldering work. Even though we can switch on and off 8 devices, I will be showing only one switching device in this video. You only need a single IC and 2 transistors and a relay for switching one device. That is quite easy to assemble it and connect it. Please watch the video completely. I will be explaining things in between assembling. While designing the circuit, I made one mistake. We are using 3 to 8 bit decoder and the output of 1 bit will be high every time. We cannot control that input bit, which is the truth table entry of 000. With that, we can effectively control 7 devices only. In order to fix that and to control 8 devices, we need to make use of enable pin of 3 to 8 line decoder, that is 74138. If the enable bit is set to ground, then the decoder will be in the disabled state. The HT12E and HT12D encoder decoder has 4 data bits. So we are using the MSB or most significant bit for controlling the 3 to 8 line decoder IC. So we are giving the input to that MSB through the diodes which are connected to the micro switches. Please watch the circuit. In the receiver section, that MSB we are connected to BC547 transistor and then given to enable pin of the 3 to 8 bit decoder, that is 74138. Please refer the circuits for details on this. Now we will start assembling the receiver section.
All I want
Now testing time. We have attached only one device to it, that is an 1 watt LED bulb which is working in 230 volt. So when I press all other switches, you can see LED indication, and in one switch you can see the relay is switching on and off. The relay is connected with the 230 volt, so be careful. You can see the LED bulb is working perfectly fine. Once again I am telling, do not touch the relay terminals. Now I will explain you about the DIP switch or DIP switch, which is used for setting the address code in transmitter as well as receiver. You can see all switches are now in on position. That means they are all connected to ground. The moment I move the 8th pin to off position, the binding between the receiver and transmitter disconnects. Please watch the LED. It is now in off position because the address code which is transmitting is different. The moment I move the 8th pin of the receiver to the off position, the binding resumes and the LED is lighting again. I hope now you understood with the help of address bit how the transmitter and the receiver is uniquely identifying each other. I believe this video is very helpful to you. If yes, please click like button and also share this to your friends. If you have any suggestions or doubts related to this video or anything, please comment on this video. Please subscribe to my channel for getting more videos like this. That will be an encouragement to me for making more things like this to you. This is Tech Insert signing off. See you in another video. Till then, goodbye and please take care.